Hoi hoi chummers, this is Dan the GM, and I'm welcoming you to Season 2 of What the Dice. This season is all Shadowrun, so I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let you meet our runners.
I'm Tizzy. I play Voltage. Guns are cocked and loaded.
Lyle here. I play Cowboy. He's wanted dead or alive.
I'm Ethan, and I play Cypher, and what do you mean I can't solve this problem with an axe?
Hi, I'm Jared. I play P. Dexter. Error 404 not found.
Nightlin here, and I play Sparkles, that satyr that has the impulse control of a ferret and a belt full of grenades. What could go wrong?
Listener discretion advised. Content warning level green. Standard Shadowrun subject matter. Foul language. Sex, violence, drugs. For all of our content warning, none of these subjects go into graphic detail, but it is involved in the story of the episode. Listener discretion advised.
The camera fades in, and we are in a hallway. It's kind of boring looking. Tan walls, wooden doors with those glass inserts that are frosted over. It's got that murmur about it. That quiet office with nothing going on, nothing exciting. Just the humdrum day-to-day life of Renraku wage slaves. As the camera slowly pans, we see this nondescript elf coming out of a meeting room. Behind him, several other office wage slaves, dressed in their middle management suits, and there's this soullessness about them. Some of them have augments, some of them don't. Some of them just look like they have nothing left inside of them. They just want to continue to live their dull, humdrum life. This nondescript elf reaches into his pockets and pulls out some earbuds. Slipping them in, he opens up his comm link and starts to type in the Golden City broadcast code to listen to some jazz. Sure enough, the soothing sounds of jazz music begins to fill their ears. They take a deep, calming breath as the world around them seems to have a normalcy to it. Then, the static. Hoi hoi chummers, this is Edda Sparks, and I have come to liberate you from the humdrum of the Golden City broadcasts jazz. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering how Eddie does what Eddie does. Now, Eddie has friends in all sorts of places. I got friends that are runners, I got friends that are fixers, I got friends in all the right places. But this here right here is just for us. Now, the Golden City broadcasters always get their little fingers trying to figure out where I'm at, so I'm always on the move. You never know where I might be, but I'm out here telling you the truth of what is going on in the shadows. Now, all you wage slaves that have found this broadcast are all unfamiliar of something we all like to call downtime. It gives our runners a chance to relax, recoup, and re-hone their skills. Now, you wage slavers are all thinking, oh, that's a vacation. Nah, my friend. Vacations for wage slaves, you're paid. Downtime for runners. It's time to spend that million if you got it. So, the runners finish their run, and it's time for a bit of R&R and hopefully some more. But they ain't got the new yen, they ain't got the time. But they got work to find. So let's find out what our runner friends are up to. It is the next morning from the run. You all wake up in your wherever you're at, home, apartments, and you have that. The only thing you can think of is that runner's glow of a mission, quote unquote, successful. You survived. Your ward didn't, and you kind of got stiffed by a Johnson. So not sure how you all are taking that in the next morning, but it is. We're gonna say, I don't know. Let's call it 9 a.m. Who wants to start us out today?
I have a question. What day is it? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Let's make it Monday. The wage slaves are out and about. So Monday morning, 8 a.m.
Well, if no one else takes it, I was sitting there thinking that I would probably, on a turn of events, wake up early today instead of sleeping in.
Okay, so I will be calling Sparkles at some point during my downtime. Obviously, I need to get up with her. So, Nylan, keep that in mind.
Yep.
All right.
Same.
All
But
right.
I'll go second.
Okay.
All right, I'll start us off then with, I actually wake up early for once, because I have a team. And I'm happy and excited, so I'm actually going to go cook myself some breakfast, unless Jeeves is there.
Well, let's see if Jeeves. Roll your edge. See if Jeeves is there and or has left for the day.
2 hits.
With 2 hits, we'll say that you've caught him and he's cleaning up the kitchen from the breakfast. You still see some, the plate of food that is covered up with the thermal cover so that it doesn't cool off.
Is this for me?
Yeah, you were sleeping in. I figured you weren't going to be getting up anytime soon, so I figured put this off to the side for you.
Looks at her watch and is just like, I got up early.
Yes, and it's not 10 a.m. Usually I do breakfast from 6 to 7. If you were not up by 8, I put a cover on it so that way it doesn't get cold. Unless you would like cold toast and bacon and eggs. I can put it in the
Gross.
fridge.
Nope, I'm good. As she takes the plate.
So, what illustrious event brought you up from the sleeping time so early?
Just had a good day yesterday.
Do anything fun?
Got to see some friends.
Good to hear. So what are your plans for today?
I'm gonna go hang out with Silver.
Don't forget you have dinner with your parents tonight.
Is it Monday?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What time is dinner? 6, right?
Yes. it
7?
is-
6?
No. 6.
Okay. Just gonna program a reminder into her, I guess you could call it phone.
Yeah, phone, comlink, whichever.
Yep. Gonna notch that down with victory.
Jeeves watches you for a moment before he starts to clean up again. Don't forget you're meeting your parents at the steakhouse. You'll be meeting their equals in their department.
So like, which day? How fancy am I needing to dress up?
Per the invitation, it is a semi-formal.
Oh, okay.
Do you need me to take you anywhere, or are you planning on taking a diamond cab?
I'm gonna take a diamond cab over to Silver's, and I'll make sure to schedule one early enough to get me back and get dressed, and then be at the steakhouse. 15 minutes early, I know.
Very good. I will have your clothing laid out for you.
She knows he has good hearing, so she's not gonna say anything snarky right now, and is just going to eat whatever it was that he cooked.
Okay.
And then promptly after, go get her normal clothes on, which honestly isn't too far from her. It's still neons, but it's not as leathery. And make her way over to Sparkles. Or Sparkles. Make my way over to myself. Make my way over to Silver's.
So, Silver actually lives, not too far away. She lives in the High Cliff district. Probably, maybe a 5-minute VTOL away. As you arrive, you see that her parents have already left for the day and that her steward is currently just cleaning the house, picking things up, making the house neat and tidy.
What's her steward's name?
The steward's name is Dawn.
Dawn, okay. Alright, well, since I probably am there often enough, I'm just gonna kind of do the whole knock and let myself in, being like, Dawn!
You would see Dawn. She is probably, she is wiping off her hands from finishing up the last handful of dishes, and she peers over the bar. Oh, I didn't expect to see you here this early. Why are you here so early?
I was just coming to hang out with Silver. I was just letting you know. I was letting myself in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Silver is up, and I believe she is doing a raid. I'm not sure. I haven't heard the normal copious amount of cursing yet, so I'm assuming her raid is either not started or is going well.
Let's hope for well. I'll go seat myself up. Thanks, as I already am going up the stairs.
As you walk into Silver's room, you can see all of these older decks that have been mounted on the wall like some people would mount guitars. You see anime and video game posters strewn across the walls and action figures and statues of all of her favorite characters from all of her different shows that she has watched over the years. So sitting behind a fancy-looking, chromed-out gamer chair is a younger elf, anywhere between the ages of about 20 to 22. She has the classic larger elven ears with a handful of small silver studs in them. Her hair is a striking dark black, clearly dyed, and it is straight. She is wearing just some simple PJ pants and a tore up what looks like maybe an old anime shirt, as her eyes are mildly glazed over as there's typing on the screen before you.
Uh-oh. Who are you bitching out now?
No, what? No one. I'm just.
That's a lie. I can see the parrot post happening.
I'm just telling the raid guy that they're late and no one wants to be here on time and everyone wants me to do all the work and I am tired of running DPS. I want to run healer. No one wants me to run healer. Why are you here so early?
She's just gonna laugh. She goes, and it takes that many sentences?
Well, I wrote it in Ozark, and I wrote it in Japanese, and I wrote it in Korean, and I wrote it in English, and I wrote it in German. I wanted to make sure I got my point across in every language I know.
Okay, when you said, did you write it, do you mean you actually wrote that out? You don't know that many languages, so you're just using a program.
I have Lingsoft. Of course I have Linguasoft. What? Again, it is 8 in the morning. Okay, I'm sorry, it's 8:30. Why are you here so early? You don't get up until 9. You have yelled at me for calling you at 8:30 asking you to come over for breakfast.
By the way, the entire time that she's going on this rant, she just has a shit-eating grin on her face, just letting her go.
Silver has not turned around. She is still typing at the computer, or the computer is still processing words. So she is typing but not using her keyboard.
Well, miss, I can't turn around from my TV screen. I have an announcement.
The words stop forming on the wall or on the screen, and she slowly turns, raises an eyebrow. Are you pregnant?
Oh,
God, no!
I mean, yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet. You think I would just be that calm walking into your room if that was the case? My parents would murder me. I would murder me.
I would murder that.
You would murder that?
I mean, all right. So, what? Why are you so excited?
I have a team. As she stands there, as tall and proud as can be, one hand on her chest, eyes closed, nose to the sky.
Silver is going to stare at you for a moment. The monitors turn off, and she starts to smile. So, who'd you pay to get on your team, and how much do you have to pay to keep them around?
She literally deflates and lets her head drop into her hand. She goes, I didn't pay anybody.
Oh yeah? The forums say that you ended up getting stiffed.
Well, yeah, we got burned by our Johnson, but that doesn't mean I paid to get a team.
Well, I'm excited for you. So, how'd you meet these guys? Are they any good even?
Some of them seem pretty good. There's a couple of them that are kind of quiet. We're getting to know each other still.
And they know how you handle problems, right?
Well, I don't know how many of them looked out the back window of the van as we were exiting, but they did learn that I had grenades. Nobody knows how many grenades.
Do you even know how many?
Yes. I
Well,
take really good inventory. Thank you very much.
just checking. So, where's the hard drive?
Oh, right. She digs out of her backpack. Here. What the heck did you even have me grab?
So this is a pre-crash hard drive. It's a solid state.
That sounds old.
It is. But there are some people that still use these solid states because unless they're plugged in, they're pretty safe.
Well,
That and you don't have to worry about much. There's a lot to the pre-crash stuff that's actually really nice.
well, if there's anybody I know who can actually deal with old shit, if she hands it over to her, you're definitely it.
Not old shit. I can handle tech. We've gone through this. I helped you build your helmet. I helped get the sensor arrays in it.
I don't know, it sounds like it's antiquated to me. That, and I didn't give it to our current. We have a decker, by the way. I actually looked out, and we have a decker.
So I don't have to watch your back 24/7.
Yeah, only 12, 24.
Are they any good?
They seem it. I mean, I don't know what they were doing inside. It's not like I can tell what they're doing when they go limp and unconscious, but seems cool.
Did you draw on them?
I was tempted, but I didn't.
That's the best part of having a decker or a mage on your team. When they go out, you can draw on them.
Look, I'll do it next time, but not on the first time when you're trying to schmooze. Not unless, I did put my hand in his pocket the entire time. There was a joke that was happening. So he said something to, I forget which one it was that he was talking to. He's like, well, you can put your hand in my pocket if you're scared. So I just reached over and put my hand in his pocket. And I think I kind of scared him a little. So I just kept my hand in my pocket the entire time until he got used to it.
I gotta ask, is he orc, troll?
Oh, okay. So we got 2 elves. One of them's kind of quiet, and I mean, he has some guns. And then the other one is the decker. He's an elf. And then we got a big old troll. He has a bunch of guns too, and I think he had some kind of melee weapon. And then there's an orc, and he has I don't know if it's a sniper rifle, or would I have recognized it as a sniper rifle or a rifle?
Yeah, you know your firearms.
Okay, what was it? Was it a rifle or a sniper rifle?
It's a sniper.
Okay, yeah, he has a sniper rifle, and man, is he quick and a sharp shot.
Well, sounds like you've at least got a solid team, at least so far. I mean,
Yeah.
you're here, you're not full of holes. So you said that Johnson burned you. Did they do the Renraku burn where they opened fire and you ran, or did they
called
do
the Golden City guards down on us after we okay, so we were supposed to pick up this decker that fried his brain or whatever and take him over to the street dock. And when we dropped him off at the street dock, shit went south and we had to get the dreck out of there because they called the Golden City Guard on us.
So your Johnson
Burned
Glad-
us. Yeah, but everybody is totally gonna track this guy. His name's Keni KEN. I mean, I know, it was terrible. We all knew it was us. Don't even get on me about it. I know.
You tell Motorhead?
Yeah, so we needed to go to a safe place, so I took everybody over to Motorhaven. And they got to meet Motorhead.
Wasn't that Derby night last night?
Yeah, it was. So great time to celebrate. We just got a team. Sure, we got burned, but we got a team. I got a team. There's a team.
So, did anyone say the cursed words before the run?
No.
Hmm.
Maybe that would have helped us? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I have my raid here soon. Is there any, besides this hard drive, anything else I can help? How's the helmet
That's
working?
it. I get to come up here and tell you about it, and you're like, that's nice. I'm gonna raid. Go out to lunch with me, bitch.
You know what? Frag these guys. 1 sec.
Hell yeah.
You see her eyes kind of glaze over, and you hear her talking to someone. All right, Pixel, I need you to do the raid. No, don't do what I normally do. Just DPS for them. Don't talk in chat. Just let them think you're me. You can handle that? Alright, cool. Yeah, fine. I'll take care of that. Her eyes kind of come back too. She's like, alright, my raid's taken care of.
Hell yeah! Food's on me, let's go!
Where are we going?
Somewhere nice. I'm not gonna take you to soy whatevers.
Okay. She stands up, and you can tell that she is still rocking her pajamas. So she walks off. You see her throw on some boots, pair of jeans, and just a simple tank top with a baggy hoodie over top of it.
Yeah, that's dressed up enough for her.
Yeah.
And she's gonna order herself a diamond cap for the both of us to go wherever the hell they're going.
All right. So as we watch Sparkles and this diamond cab slowly pull off.
Hey, everyone, this is Dan the GM, and I'm bringing you the mid-roll. So here in the mid-roll, I'm going to be real quick, real concise, as best as I can. First and foremost, thank you so much for listening. It helps us fight that algorithm monster with every little listen. It's like a stab, and then a stab. If you want to help support the channel even further, if you head on over to YouTube, link in the description, you can follow us there as well. You'll see Season 1, you'll see Season 2, as well as all of my VODs from my personal Twitch channel. I am what the dice at this point. It is really ridiculous. I feel like I am made of dice now. I'm tangenting. I apologize. I also want to thank those who joined our Patreon. We have a couple of that pay, and we want to thank them directly. Lady Lumi and Ethan, thank you so much for your continued support. And then we have a new one, relic, _relic. I'm not sure exactly how it's said. You could correct me, please do. Thank you all so much for your continued support. If you would like a shout out here in the mid-roll, if you head on over to patreon.com/whatthedice, you can get your name not only in this mid-roll, but on our website. That's all I've got for us. I do have one more quick thing. We have a friend, another podcast that is Shadowrun based. They did a shout out for us, and I absolutely want to make sure I do this for them. So this is the promo for an amazing, and I really mean amazing, twist on Shadowrun. This is Bug City Blues. So stay tuned.
Good day, citizens of Chicago. This is Oakley Wildwood, your anchor at Gold Leaf News Network, bringing you the latest developments from the heart of the UCAS. And now for the news. The Chicago Containment Zone is witnessing a surge in kidnappings that has left the city on edge. Travel in groups for safety, folks. A good crew could be what gives you the edge to make it to your next paycheck. The streets are witnessing a spike in vehicle thefts and carjackings, leaving everything from jackrabbits to delivery trucks as smoldering, bullet-ridden scrap heaps. Lone Star PD advises secure private parking whenever possible. But in Chicago, even the safest of places can become a battleground. On a more hopeful note, the ghoul communities of Cabrini Green are uniting, driven by a hunger for justice. Vigilantes targeting infected citizens have been escalating tensions, promising violence if they do not leave the city. Those sympathetic to the ghoul cause have offered support by providing donations and offering security, though officials assure that they seek a non-violent resolution to the conflict. There's a lot going on in 2080s Chicago. Stay informed, stay safe, and stay with us by tuning in to Bug City Blues, a Shadowrun 6th World Edition actual play podcast, wherever fine podcasts are found. Now, back to your regularly scheduled programming.
So, of course, if you want to check out their stuff, if you head down into the description, there's a link for all their stuff. So, other than that, that's all I got. Thank you again so much for every episode you listen to. And if you would really want to help us out even just that little bit more, if you like and subscribe on YouTube, and if you rate and review on any of the pod chasers, that also helps us out. So that's all I have, besides one more absolute big thank you. Stay safe this holiday month, and I will see you in the next episode. May the dice gods bless your every roll, my friends.
So it is that Monday. It is 8:30-ish, somewhere in that time frame. And Dexter, what are you doing?
Well, I feel like I was smart enough that when I got this job at the street dock, I was smart enough to make sure that my start time was 10 a.m., not 9. So I got a little bit of time to roll out of bed and rub my head and just sit there and stare at the floor for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
As I let the world kind of come back into focus a little bit and think about the past day, the absolute shit show that was our run, and then the celebration that followed after we've got a team, which is nice because now I know this part-time job is just part-time.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll drag my ass out of bed and go to work.
All right. So if I remember right, you work at a street dock place, right?
Correct.
All right. So is this street dock someone who specializes in working with runners, or is this more like a minute clinic, or are these more of like the he helps out like the lower income type thing? Like, what kind of dock is this?
So that's a really good question, and one that now that you bring up makes me ask the question is, I don't want to be necessarily associated with a runner clinic, because then people are going to know where to find me during the day. But at the same time, it'd be awesome if I needed something, my boss was down.
Now, granted, you might not know what your boss did before setting up the clinic. So he could be an old runner. I mean, the Golden City has hundreds of retired runners. I mean, you've met several of them last night. So you don't know exactly what your boss did. But the clinic that we speak of, is it, like, what do you imagine it to be? Is it, that, like, you don't want to go to work, you just got to swing in through this minute clinic, deal with this grumpy, nerdy elf at the desk, and then get the cool doctor that's just like, oh yeah, I'll write you a doctor's note, whatever. You're a wage slave, I don't care.
Well, my petty only comes out when you fuck me over. I have no problems with helping people, so I would like to work somewhere that at least cares about their clients or customers, whatever you would like to call them. They're marked. So hopefully the advice and prescriptions we give them they actually need. It's not somewhere you're coming to get your prescription of whatever chem you need to cut with your nonsense to make your drag, like
he's a legitimate doctor.
Yeah.
So let's just say that he works at like a neighborhood doctor's office. Just one of these, like, it's not a fly-by-night kind of operation, but it's a little bit better than like the minute clinic, but not quite as good as a doctor's office. It's kind of like that,
He looks out for the neighborhood. He knows what's wrong with everybody because he's been here for as long as he has. Yeah.
As you walk into this doctor's office, you are instantly hit with the greetings of the smell of disinfectant and that smell that only a doctor's office can provide.
Makes me think of one of my favorite things to do. Take the alcohol, pour it in my hands, rub it together, and then take a nice whiff and just get a nice whiff of that alcohol.
I can feel the burning of my nostrils. With
Yeah.
That's how you know you're alive.
We'll wake you up in the morning, boyo.
So the place is called So and Go Mini ER, and he is a human. So as you walk in, you see an older, not super old, like, early 50s, late 40s. He's got that straight black hair that's got the peppering. He's in that clean, crisp lab coat with the, blue shirt, black tie, black slacks, wearing tennis shoes because, he's on his feet all day. As you walk in, he is saying goodbye to one of the patients that has come in. And he looks over at you. And it looks like you got to chase the hair of the dog last night.
If it weren't frowned upon at work, I'd be chasing it right now, too. I'd be like, shit, I'm just gonna rough it out.
Fresh pot of coffee in not coffee, but there's, I got some fresh soy calf in the break room.
Good looking out. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need at least 3 cups.
It's the extra strong stuff.
Nice. So what's on the docket for today? Anything complicated?
No, not really. We didn't have any appointments booked for today, so it's just mostly walk-ins. I'm not expecting it to be too busy. It's a Monday. No holidays have been going on recently, so we'll probably have just those like couple of DOTs that we got to do, and your normal sick kid with the flu or sick kid that just doesn't want to go to school.
Hey, been there. I'll still write him the note.
What you're here for.
So speaking of which, got linked up with a couple other people last night. I actually formed myself what looks to be a pretty decent team.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Cute satyr chick. I mean, what else is there?
Ah, yeah.
He shakes his head as he just kind of chuckles. If you're not careful, one morning you're gonna wake up with a broken pelvis.
And hopefully fur in my mouth.
I'm dying.
Put it on his forehead.
So, are you quitting then, or are you just wanting to get moved over to weekends?
No. I'm good. My schedule hasn't been affected yet, so
Okay.
if it comes up, it comes up. We'll talk about it then. But for right now, until we get another job, no.
All right. Well, if you're part-time, I'm gonna let you come and go as you need anyway. Just check in the morning. If I don't need you, I'll kick you out early.
Have you ever seen a person hit by a sniper rifle round? Because it is something to see. Let me tell you.
Give me a judge intentions roll.
Oh, 3 hits.
With 3 hits, you see a glint in his eye. Like, yeah, he's seen it, and he gives you that shrug of, I've seen a couple movies.
Are the movies now accurate portrayal of what happened to that person?
So it depends on the rating. Now, you can get uncensored movies that are going to be very accurate, and then you have some that are like what we have today, where it's...
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about coming across our movie screen type of movie. Saving Private Ryan versus like Black Hawk Down versus something that's like The Avengers.
You're still seeing a lot of that mix and match of it, but it's not hard to see like true to life films. That, and with BDL technology, there's probably people selling BDLs of actual combat.
Oh, hopefully I had my personal camera recording that shot. Because I will BDL that motherfucker so fast. I'll smile and nod. Yeah, saw a new movie last night. It was wild.
Yeah? How wild is wild?
About as wild as a Johnson burning somebody.
That's kind of fragged up.
Yep. Needless to say, my other part-time job will be ruining his fucking life.
Oh yeah? So, any leads on who this fragger is?
He's got a stupid name, stupid face, and a lot of money. And some powerful connections that kind of sent shivers up my spine. I don't know if he's like corped up or ganged up, but something's definitely off with him.
Yeah, you know that you should probably not stick your nose where it doesn't belong.
I get that, but the man said 5,000 million and then tried to frame me.
Yeah, nope, that sounds like getting fragged kind of reasoning to frag someone.
Yeah, I figured I would just put my foot to the floor and see what happens.
If you put your foot to his ass, it might do him some good then.
I don't know, Doc. I gotta look at this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he was on some heavy duty meds. I've never seen someone on that many meds in person, even in here.
Really?
Yeah. He was up and down, and the man could see around the curvature of the earth.
That's pretty messed up. Are we talking like legal stuff, or are we talking homebrew?
Definitely homebrew. The kind of operation. Ooh, Doc. The kind of operation he would need set up to make the stuff he was on would have to be pretty sophisticated. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, it means it's easy to hunt that down. Only so many suppliers in this city. This city's pretty squeaky clean.
Yeah, and I mean, those aren't connections I have because we don't deal with people like that.
Yeah, true.
But it gives me a good place to start.
Yeah, I imagine it would.
Thanks, Sensei. Appreciate you.
Dude, seriously. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm not expecting much today, so if you want to just do what you need to do, just, use your own deck, use your own comm, not the system.
What is it that old vid used to say? Knock on the sky and see who answers?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And if you kill off the pot, fill it this time.
I got you. All right. If it goes cold, I'll brew a fresh one.
If it goes cold, then I'm not drinking enough coffee.
I'll keep it full.
Yeah. As the doc turns and kind of gives you a kind of that two-fingered salute, you get to sit down at your desk and begin to deal with the comings and goings of your normal day. You have the sick children that are trying to get out of school or are sick or stuff like that. The doc wasn't lying that there's no appointments on the calendar, just a bunch of walk-ins, so not a lot to do.
Okay. Well, I'll wait a respectable amount of time, considering the respect I have for this hangover currently, before messaging Sparkles and asking her for, now that I have a clearer head, for a video or at least clear images of Keni KEN, so that I can scrub them up and start burning them. See if we can't smoke them out that way.
How are you contacting her? Are you calling her, or are you, what's your plan?
No, if we have each other's numbers, so I'll shoot her a quick message or I'll record one and send it to her.
Sparkles, as you are sitting in your VTOL, your comm beeps, and you have is it a video or just a voice message?
Just a voice message.
All right, so I'm in my my fancy VTOL going to lunch with Silver with me. All right, I'll listen to it, see what he has to say. I'm eager. First time somebody on the team's contacted me.
Hey, Sparkles. It's Dexter. I don't know if you're awake yet or not. Not everyone's got a job. When you're up, let me know where you're going tonight. I'd like to meet up and see if I can't get some of the data from you so I can scrub it up and get to work on that. Get back to me. Bye.
Upon listening to it, she'd be like, ah, shit. All right, so she will voice message back. No video, because she's not wearing her visor or her gear, right? She's out on the streets like she normally looks. But she'll message back with him being like, ah, heck yeah, I recorded all that on my visor. I don't have it with me right now, though, but I'll definitely send it your way. Kind of busy tonight. Rain check for tomorrow? And send it back.
All right, so after a moment or two, Dexter, you get that message.
I'll shoot her one back and tell her that I'm going to hit a couple places tonight. It'd be great if she could come out so we could discuss our next steps.
In response to the next voice that comes to that, she'll be like, well, I got dinner plans at 6 with the fam. So after? I don't know, sometime after 9 p.m., question mark?
I don't go out before 10.
All right, sweet. Well, let me know where you're going. I'll meet you out there.
Thumbs up emoji.
You get a little peace sign with a little firework.
So, we will move on to Cypher. Alright, so, it is 8:30, and your alarms are going off. Cypher, what would you like to do?
Well, being that how Cypher normally is, he's actually up before his alarm goes off, as usual. Trying to do some stretches and exercises and realizing the apartment's probably a little small for someone of his size to be stretching out and exercising properly. He's going to get his coffee. He's going to start, cleaning his gun and his axe while bringing up on the local network places that he might be able to go to exercise and looking for a good comic book store as well.
Go ahead and roll me a computer.
1 hit.
So, it looks like you do have a gym that is open that actually specializes with trolls. So, the gym equipment is larger, made from sturdier materials. The problem is, it's across town. It is in more of the urban side of the city. So, it's over in the Plains district, which is about a 30 to 35 minute bus trip across town.
Oh, fracking hell. That's it. He's going to contact Hangtime Harry because he's wondering where his car is.
As the phone rings and rings and rings, you hear it pick up, and you hear what sounds like maybe like a Western? It's hard to tell. Then you hear it quickly get turned down. What's up, man? Hangtime Harry's Surf and Skate. How can I help you?
Hitting the Westerns, are we?
Oh, yeah, man. It's an oldie but a goodie. It's called Clean Dickies. It's about a cop that wants to be a sheriff. So he leaves the big city and goes out west, and man, it's a good film.
Well, I'll take your word on it, man.
There's time travel, and there's time travel, and there's a really cool six-shooter scene, and no one ever runs out of bullets, man. No one.
I mean, part of me could say, yeah, that's a wonderful idea, never to run out of bullets, but that means the other guy doesn't either.
Yeah, man, golden age of the Tridios, man, golden age.
Hey,
so, what can Hangtime Harry do for you?
Well, a couple things for me, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to see if you can put some feelers out for a Johnson by the name of Keni KEN. Guy kind of pretty well wrecked us yesterday, and tried to get the Golden City PD called down on us.
Man, that is a direct storm if I ever heard one, man. I'll put out some feelers, see what I can do for you, but man, getting burned by a Johnson, you ain't even in the city a couple of months.
Yeah, but on the bright side, I got a team out of it.
Well, silver lining, my friend, silver lining. It's like I always tell you, if the surf is good, you hit the boards.
Indeed. Now, speaking of surf, any word on my car?
No.
Because I was under the impression that thing was supposed to have been parked out front when I got here, and I haven't seen it yet.
Well, that means it isn't here yet. I'm not in charge of how vehicles get from point A to point Z.
So you have no idea where my car is?
No. The last thing I got was that it was being loaded on the transport, and that was it.
Any way you can see where that transport might be?
I can try, but I'm having a little computer issue. Whenever I move the mouse icon goes to the other screen and won't stay where I'm telling it to stay.
Can I give a computer roll to try to troubleshoot his problem for him?
You would have to be there, or you can try. No, I'll let you try for using a computer.
2 hits.
Well, it's a mouse issue, so it could be thousands of things.
You've got about 1,000 different issues there, my friend.
Yeah, man, I know. It's yeah.
Just as long as, If you can tell me maybe an estimate at some point, that I don't want to find out like my car's at the bottom of the northern sea or something like that.
Oh, we didn't send your car north. We sent it south.
How far south?
I don't know, man. I just filled out the paperwork to get it here. In the background, you hear the chime of his door. Hey, I gotta let you go. I got customers and they got a broken bolt, so I'll catch you later. You have a great one, chum. Hang loose, man. Hang loose. Click.
He's just going to sigh. Put his hand on his forehead and just kind of sigh. Man. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to the computer and see if I can find me a good comic book shop now.
All right. Give me a computer juice.
As I'm noticing, I'm hoping that my theory holds true that I rolled a 2, or 1, then a 2. I'm hoping to go for a 3 or higher now. Aha! 3 hits.
All right, with 3 hits, you did find one. It's a smaller shop, ran by a couple of dwarves here in town that unfortunately looks like they are closing early because they are heading to a Comic-Con in one of the cities nearby. It looks like the sign says, closed early, heading to Prisma Gem for Comic-Con 13.
Well, damn. Well, how long was it? You said like 30 to 40 minutes by bus.
Mm-hmm.
You'll check what time it is.
Yeah. About probably, so we'll call it's 8:30, 8:40 time.
Alrighty. He'll see how long he has until the next bus arrives.
Looking at the bus schedule, looks like the buses are designed to run on the hour.
So about 30 minutes.
Yeah, so my question is, since you've only been in the city a couple of months, how often do you use the bus system? Like, do you know your area? Do you tend to stay in your area a little bit more, or do you actually use the bus system to go out into the greater city?
I've been using it to go out into the greater city since walking has not been exactly the greatest idea.
Okay. So, looking at the bus schedule, you see that you'll be needing to take the bus 16, and then you're going to have to hop on to... You can take bus 16 almost all the way there, and then just transfer to bus 1.
16 to 1, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that he's got about 30 minutes, he is going to give a call to Sparkles.
How early in the morning is it?
This would make it like 8:40-ish.
Okay, so literally as I'm just getting into the VTOL with Silver.
Yeah.
Before Dexter called me.
Yep.
Okay.
So, Sparkles, your phone goes...
Yellow.
Hey, Sparkles, how you doing this morning?
Oh, hey, Cypher.
So, couldn't help but notice the other night after Keni KEN scorched us like he did, the dick.
Right? Rude.
That you seem to be pretty damn well connected around here. Like, you know some major people.
I mean, kinda, yeah. I also, lived here for a while.
Fair. I'm wondering at some point you could, if you're not busy, formally introduce me to some of these people.
Well, that's what I just did last night.
Well, meet and greet in the middle of a group is good and all. But, actual sit down and say, hey, I'll talk to them. Form connections, things like that.
Okay. I could always take you back to Motorhaven, and what did you want to talk to him about? He's pretty chillax, so as far as he's concerned, he's formally met you.
Like, formal enough that if I need to call on him for a favor or something, he's not gonna look at me like I'm absolutely insane.
That's gonna take some time, and with Motorhead, that's not just a pleasant let's go out to dinner and shake each other's hands. You gotta show up to Motorhaven and put some time in with him. That's a little bit different, and that's about everybody over at Motorhaven. And, I don't know what runners are like where you're from, but in order to, gain favors, you gotta put the time in with people.
That's fair.
But if you feel awkward going back to Motorhaven by yourself, I go there all the time.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having some company if I go down there. Although I do have a good question for you since you know the city.
Uh-huh.
So what can you tell me about the gym, the deadlift?
What do you want me to roll for that?
Knowledge,
Golden City?
Yeah.
1 hit.
1 hit. It's a troll gem.
All I know is that it caters more to trolls or like orcs, bigger meta types.
All right, just making sure it's not one of those type of gems where I'm going to walk in and come out missing a liver or something.
I haven't heard anything bad, but I also haven't heard anything.
Fair. When's a good time to meet up and hang out and go down to Motorhaven for you?
Well, I'm kind of booked today. If you want to try and hook up tomorrow about it, as long as nothing comes up.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, I'm going to be on a bus for the next, 30, 40 minutes anyway.
Ew, buses suck. Why not order a VTOL?
Hey, those cost money, and we didn't get paid last time.
So do buses.
Not nearly as much.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's fair.
But all right. You enjoy whatever you're doing. I've got a bus to catch.
I'd say have fun with that, but I'm guessing just be more amused?
I might find something funny about it. You never know.
Hey, people watching's always fun.
It's when they start watching back that I worry.
That's when you just make funny faces at them.
I'll give that a try and see how that works out.
Just remember, you're a troll, so, really ham it up. Because otherwise you might come off as scary.
Yeah, I get that feeling. Thanks, Marcus, for the info.
Yep.
Now, after I hang up, I shall make my way down to the bus.
As you get to the bus stop, you hear the sound of a combustion engine, and a larger combustion engine. As you turn and look, there is this older antique of a bus that rolls up. You see the words painted on the side, Bus 16, and there's a golden brand that is claiming that it is the oldest and the historic bus of the Golden City. The oldest bus in use to date.
Nod his head. Well, that's an impressive claim.
As you step on board and drop in your tokens, there's the smell of a musky bus. The absolutely horrid 1980s fabric on the seats. The old guy sleeping, leaning against the wall in the back. The screaming kids on one of the areas. It's not full, but it is definitely noisy. The bus driver gives you a nod as you step on, and he shuts the door behind you, and the bus lurches and starts to drive off.
I will enjoy my scenic ride to the city.
Alright, so we are going to end this episode with the runners taking about their personal days and getting their lives situated and organized while they have to make the balance between being runners at night and their own obligations during the day. The camera fades in and we find ourselves in the cubicle of this nondescript elf. We pan and we see that he is typing away, earbuds still in his ear, as he is listening to whatever broadcast has been hacked into the airwaves at these random intervals. Looking at the time, he signs out and makes his way to the cafeteria. We watch as he makes his way through the hustle and bustle of the office into the cafeteria. The cafeteria being a generous term for a room with a bunch of tables and a bunch of vending machines. He sits down and sits with a few other co-workers who are looking at their food and eating. No one's really speaking. In the back of this elf's mind, he starts to wonder, what is this broadcast all about? As he gets ready to take a bite into his sandwich, the static catches his attention.
Well, my friends. So, it seems as if runners finally get a little time to themselves to do some and some pee. Rest, relaxation, and planning. Now, if it was me and I got burned by Johnson, I tell you, I would spend every new yen I could scrape together to ruin that Johnson's life. But, this ain't me. It's these runners. And I don't think Keni KEN is gonna show his face around for a while. Especially if he finds out that, the runners survived. Now, I was doing a little poking in the Shadowlands, trying to find out a little bit about this Keni KEN myself. Now, apparently, he's made his way around a couple of the major cities, burned a couple of teams. Seems as if there's some others that are gunning for Keni KEN's head. So, I think this Johnson's on some borrowed time. But, we'll see. We'll see. Well, unfortunately, it seems like the star is starting to hone in on this location. I think it's time for Sparks to go mobile. Well, unfortunately, that isn't the time I've got. So, remember, runners, shoot straight. Always keep your weapon loaded. And never make a deal with a dragon. This is Edda Sparks, and I am signing out!
Hey everyone, Nightland here, co-creator of What the Dice, and player of Sparkles for Season 2, to do some thank yous here at the end of our episode. First and foremost, I would like to thank each and every single one of you for listening. We would not be here today without you, and I do mean that sincerely. We never thought we would get this far, and knowing that there's someone out there, yeah, I'm talking to you, the one with the earballs listening right now. If it wasn't for you guys and us knowing that you're actually here and enjoying what you're listening to, we wouldn't have kept going, and it genuinely fills our heart with joy, and I want to make sure that we tell you every single time at the end of these episodes. We are eternally grateful. Second, we would like to take a moment to thank all the things that we use in our day-to-day What the Dicey ways. First up, Epidemic Sound for our sound effects and music, Podbean for being our host, Foundry VTT, and Forge VTT for creating their virtual tabletop gaming applications and services, Craigbot for our recordings, Catalyst Game Labs for Shadowrun, which is the current system we are running. And with that, if you can spare a moment of effort and want to help us out, the best thing that you can do is honestly, tell a friend, share us, drop a link in a Discord somewhere that you're a part of, or take that 2-second effort of hitting a like, hitting a follow, giving us a star rating. Whatever the button is on whatever it is that you're listening to us on goes a long way in helping us fight that horrible algorithm monster. Also, the Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sound, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in the connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to What the Dice to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary material for the promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with What the Dice in any official capacity whatsoever.